Back here in Athens, Georgia, we are in the middle of rotation 1 as the Gym Dogs and Utes are going at it. Taking a look at Georgia on vault, some of their highlights from earlier. Vaulting now for the Gym Dogs. Kat Hires.
Nice vault by Kat Hires.
Kat Hires, a 9-9 score. Lindsay Cheek, the junior from Watkinsville, Georgia.
Here she comes. Stick, you do it!
Another 9.95 for Georgia, and they are hot on vault. The anchor for Georgia on vault is Brandy J., the freshman from Fort Collins, Colorado. Placed first on vault with a 9.975 versus number 1 Florida a few weeks ago, the highest score by any Georgia gymnast this season.
Okay, Georgia's looking for another stick. 1.5 twist. And no, she rushed it just a little bit off the table. Watching her first coming onto the table, she has bent knees on the first flight of the vault in the pre-flight, and that would be a deduction, and she just rushed it. She didn't really have a good block off the table that you need to get the height to be able to nail the landing.
So the freshman rounds things out nicely for Georgia, a 9.85 for Brandy J. to give Georgia a 49.525 vault score.
Unbelievable team vault score. It comes right back to those landings, and Georgia nailed 4 of them.
The Utes on bars. Let's take a look back at some of their routines from earlier. Haley Hansen, the junior for Utah.
Full twisting double back. Oh, a little out of control right there.
It's a 9.775 for Hansen. Cassandra Lopez, the sophomore.
On her Takashev, there was a lot more height.
Lopez with a 9.85 score. Nancy Damianova.
And there's the stick they were looking for, finally.
A big score on bars, 9.9 for Utah. Rounding things out on bars for Utah is Georgia DeBritz, the sophomore. She's ranked 8th nationally on bars with a 9.895 RQS.
She's called No Grips DeBritz. She doesn't wear any hand grips on her hands. And she is just beautiful, eloquent on this event. The extension is there, the line is there. The difficulty is there. This is exactly what you want in a bar routine. And there's the full twisting double back with the perfect landing. When you get that dismount up high like you're supposed to, you can see that landing if you don't rush and torque it off the bar.
So DeBritz rounding things out nicely for Utah on bars with the 9.9 score to give Utah a strong showing here in the early going, a 49.225.
Yes, this was a strong showing for Utah on their weakest event. It's one of their top 4 scores so far this season, including their home scores.
Georgia, a little bit better though in the first rotation. They lead it right now with a score of 49.525 to Utah's 49.225. So in rotation 2 now, it's Utah vaulting and Georgia on bars. Krista Tonella ready to compete. She told us she has improved in this event simply by tweaking how she approaches bars mentally.
I never want to strive for perfection. I really just think it's a trap for athletes to strive for. I do want to strive for excellence though. And I think that this year was just with our coaching staff and a whole different approach as far as honestly, confidence, building up that mental game, that inner talk, you know, that all that kind of stuff just had to be established, and it had to be established right.
Interesting that Krista does not believe in perfection. I used to tell my team, strive for perfection and you'll reach excellence. She's getting close to that right now.
And taking a look at Utah's vault lineup, you see Tori Wilson, the anchor there, and for good reason.
Yes, Melissa, Tori's in that last anchor position for a reason. Greg Marsden certainly wants his vault lineup to build in terms of scores, culminating at the finish with Tori Wilson as the #1 vaulter in the country.
Up first on vault for Utah is the freshman Taylor Alex from Minnesota. She has vaulted in every meet other than the season opener and has a 9.85 best score.
Wow. See, I love Taylor's rise off the table. It's so clean. You can see her actually rise up before she starts the turn. Unfortunately for Taylor, she did not find that landing, and that's an automatic 1/10 deduction.
Taylor Alex with the 9.8 score to open things up on vault for Utah. So the Gym Dogs getting ready to go on bars, taking a look at their lineup. We talked about Utah and the top vaulter in the country in Tori Wilson, and now we talk about the top bar worker in Chelsea Davis.
This is definitely the deepest event for Georgia, where competition every single day brings the best out of them, and that's the reason Chelsea Davis has gotten so darn good. The entire lineup pushes her all the time.
Lindsay Chica first on bars for Georgia, averages a 9.82 in this event. She scored a 9.8 in her last outing versus LSU.
Lindsay actually has been out of practice this week quite a bit because of her back, so it'll be interesting if she can still put it all together without those last-minute repetitions. I call Lindsay the gamer. There is nothing she does better than when the lights come on and the ladies in the blue coats come out, she steps it up a level. And here she is doing it once again. Double layout dismount. Oh, you saw those legs were weak. On this dismount, this double layout dismount, it looked good in the air, but as soon as she hit the mat, her legs almost looked like they were gonna buckle underneath her, but she saved the major deduction and just had a landing deduction.
Good start for Lindsay Chica, 9.825. Both Utah and Georgia off to good starts here at Steckman Coliseum in the middle of rotation 2. We'll be back with more in just a moment.